Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Behind the Makeup Brush. I am so excited. On my channel, I will be talking about everything beauty, for the consumer to the makeup artist, from tips and tricks to my favorite picks. Please subscribe to my channel and let's talk makeup. Hi, my name is Lissette Waugh and welcome to Behind the Makeup Brush. Today we're going to be talking about the makeup that you use in your 20s versus your 40s. Today I have special guest, Alexus Rapoza. She is our retail manager here at Makeup Institute and also a freelance makeup artist. I am so excited to talk about this because you know, it is so different, the makeup that she wears versus the cosmetics that I choose to wear. And a lot of this has to do with our skin type and our age, and also just some of the trends that you see nowadays on Instagram. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through the steps of a makeup application and the products that we would use. Some of them may be the same and some of them may be different. So let's go ahead and get started with our primer.
So my favorite primer personally is the new Becca Skin Love Primer, part of her Skin Love series. It's a brightening and blurring primer. It also is infused with glow nectar, and it has a brightening hydra complex, so it's really illuminating on the skin. It kind of just gives like a really nice youthful glow from within. It does have a little bit of a blurring effect, but it's not like a pore filling primer that maybe somebody with a little bit more textured skin would use. But it is a really beautiful primer. It feels really soft.
And I do love that product, not for myself necessarily, but for my clients, younger clients of course. And like she said, it's a great product because it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. It makes your skin look very glowy and dewy. And so it's a great product for somebody who's in their 20s. Now for myself, being in her 40s, it's all about moisturizing. Very, very important for me, and I'm sure it is for you. Keeping your skin hydrated also means keeping your skin plump and smoothing out the wrinkles. So I choose from Twin Medics this moisturizer, and it's called Pro Refine Moisturizer Nourish. It's really amazing, and it's amazing because not only does it work as a great moisturizer, but it also helps you remove your makeup as well. And so I can't live without this. I put it all over my face, and it's, like I said, a great primer slash moisturizer. So I recommend that. So we have two differences of opinion on products. So what would you use next for your foundation?
For my foundation, I like the Makeup Forever Ultra HD line. They have the sticks, they have the palette, and they have the liquid. So I have the stick on my side. I kind of reach for the stick when I'm going out at night. It's a little more full coverage. It is pretty thick, but it looks great on camera for all of our selfies.
I agree. I also use this product, and it is my favorite foundation. And like she said, it is a stick. As you can tell, it is a stick form, and it also comes in a liquid form. And so what I like about the stick is that you're able to control the versatility of it. So if you want to dilute it and use a beauty blender or a sponge, you can dilute it and make it a little more sheer, and you can also use it as a concealer, and it's amazing coverage. And for myself and for anybody in their 40s that struggles with hyperpigmentation or any type of large pores, this is a great product to use. So awesome. See, we both
I know we both like it.
Yeah, we both like that product. So the next product, I think we both said we cannot live without color correctors.
Yes.
Why do you use yours?
I use a green color corrector. I am in my 20s, but I still experience adult acne here and there. So I do have some breakouts, and I use the green one to kind of contrast the red and kind of cover it, neutralize it, you should say. So I always have the green one on me. Yeah, and it is a little stick too, so really easy to use. Throw it in your purse.
I love that. I as well do use a color corrector, and like I said, I struggle with hyperpigmentation. The hyperpigmentation I have tends to be a little bit dark and ashy, so I gravitate towards something that's more peachy, pink, or orange to brighten it. And this is such a great product, you guys. It's from Smashbox, and like I said, it's a stick. you would apply this after your foundation. You'd go ahead and kind of find those little areas underneath the eye that you're struggling with, like the hyperpigmentation. If you have it somewhere else around the face, then you would put it on before your foundation. But in this instant, we're gonna put it on before our concealer. And so yeah, this is what it looks like. And I hope you can see that. It's pretty bright, but if you blend it in really well, it works nice. So
yeah, it does blend out really well too.
Yeah,
it looks kind of scary and bright, but I mean, it blends out.
It does. Don't get crazy with it, because then you can look a little bit scary. So you always want to be modest. Start with a little bit and then add more as you need it. All right, so then after that, we'd go ahead and apply our concealer. And what did you choose for your concealer?
I have another product from the Makeup Forever Ultra HD line. It's their self-setting concealer.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. It it covers everything. But it is kind of drying under the eye. So you have to be really careful with like your skin type that you have. I have really oily skin. So I use this and I have no problems with it, but I have used it on clients before who are a little dry or they have fine lines, and it's just not something that I would grab if you have that type of skin, but it works great for me. It goes really well with the foundation because they're all kind of in the same formula, they're in the same line.
Now I have noticed that if you don't work fast with that product, forget about it. It dries really fast. So you have to move quickly, and if you plan on using that as an eyeshadow base, you gotta move fast. And so, but it is a great product. It is full coverage, which is really nice. You just have to be comfortable working with it, so you might want to practice with it a couple times. For myself, I like to use Krylon's Dermacolor, and again, this is a very, very heavy product. It works well for coverage, and it is nice and thick, and I like to use it underneath my eyes. Where I struggle with the hyperpigmentation, it really covers everything really nicely. And so this is the product that I recommend that's really great. Okay, so what do you use for powder?
I use the Makeup Cosmetics Soft Light Blurring Powder. It also has a little bit of a luminosity to it, as all of her products do. That's kind of her thing, right? That glowy like skin. So definitely love this powder. It also looks really good for all my selfies. So it makes my skin look really nice. It blurs anything that I might have any texture. The only thing I don't like is that it is a loose powder. So if I were to throw it in my purse, it might explode. And so I don't take this with me. I wish it came in a compact. But
so yeah, this is a great product. I wouldn't use this on my skin. It does nothing for me at all. Like if I take a selfie with this, it's scary. So I need something a little bit heavier. But again, I do love using this on my younger clients. I think it is a great product. It gives a nice soft look, no flashback, which is great. And it works really, really nice. It's a great product, but it is in a big container, so I think Becca needs to work on that.
I think so too.
Yeah, but if you're a makeup artist, it's wonderful.
It's great for the kit, not for your purse.
Yeah, so for me, I chose Smashbox. Smashbox has this great powder that is kind of like a block, and you can turn it and it cuts the powder, which is really cool. And so it's as needed. You know, you turn it and you use the powder as you need it, and so it's not just shuffling around in there everywhere. It is a loose powder. What I do want to recommend you guys, when you use a powder puff. I don't have one here with me, but it's so important that when you set your foundation, you're pressing it into the skin as opposed to using a brush and brushing it all around. Why is this important for somebody that's my age? Is that if you're struggling with large pores, you want to fill in those pores. And so you want to take that puffer and that powder and you want to press that into the skin. If you use a brush and you're brushing it all around, all you're going to do is just fill in the areas that you don't need. It'll actually make those pores look larger. So that's a little tip and trick for you that I do recommend that you should use that. So I use a Smashbox, and then if I want something heavier, a little heavier coverage, I don't know about you guys, but halfway through my day, for some reason, my face just absorbs my makeup. Does that happen to you?
Not really.
Oh my gosh, see what it is to me? Well, it happens to me, and I'm sure it happens to some of you out there. And so I like to use a little bit of a heavier powder. That way I know that my makeup's gonna last longer throughout the day, and I'm gonna look nice and matte and not oily. And so that's another little tip and trick for you. Awesome. So I see the shimmer over there.
Yes.
So, and I love this. Don't get me wrong. This is something that I wish I can do. It's one of the things that I go to my doctor for, and I go, can you please just smooth out my skin and make it look beautiful so I can wear some of these products.
Yes.
She has over here
This is Becca's Pressed Skin Perfector in Prosecco Pop. It's really popular. I think it's a really great universal shade for pretty much every skin type. I love it. It's super buttery. I like to stay in trend. I really like having a lot of highlight. I like kind of glowing like that. I know not everyone likes this trend, but I personally do, so I cannot live without this highlighter at all. I wear it every single day.
Yeah, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, but she does have it above the cheekbones and around the temple area, and you can wear it on the nose and chin. It is such a beautiful look. What I can say is I do try and wear it, and if I do, I will put it on with a sponge and dab it as opposed to using a brush. Because again, I'm filling in the pores and it's looking a little bit smoother. You can use it if you're somebody in your 40s on your nose. You can use it on your chin. You can use it on your décolleté, which is really pretty and kind of sexy. But you can't really pile it on, because what happens if you pile it on?
It kind of accentuates the texture in the skin. And it can get like that with younger girls too, especially if you're layering. So you have to be careful no matter how old you are. But I definitely think younger girls can pull off that really bright highlight a little bit more than mature women.
I have a lot of my friends that come to me and they're like, can you show me how to do that dewy look? And I want to wear that shimmer. And I always have to explain to them that it does make your skin look more textured. And not only when it comes to highlighter, but this is the same situation when it comes to eyeshadow. So let's talk about eyeshadow a little bit.
Yes. I love eyeshadow. I always kind of go for the shimmers in my eyeshadow. I love putting something a little more glittery or shimmery in the inner corners on the lid, or if you're doing a halo look, like the Kim Kardashian Met Gala look, that was beautiful, and that kind of had the shimmer in the center. So I love this palette. This is a Viseart palette. It's one of their pro palettes.
I love that palette.
I know,
it's such
so
a great
pretty.
palette.
It's completely shimmer. Every single color in here is shimmery. Some of them are more satin, and then we have the glitters over here. And it's a really great universal palette. You can use them wet, you can use them dry. And I always have shimmer on my eyes all the time.
And I can tell you that the pigment is real. There's a lot of times when you purchase these beautiful shimmer shadows and you put them on and they're transparent.
Right.
And you feel like you're just piling them on and it just trickles down. And you're not gonna get that from the Viseart palette. What you're gonna get is a nice cream texture. And so it really does adhere to the skin nicely, which is really great. Now again, we have to be careful with using shimmers on the eyelids. It does accent those wrinkles. And so I always recommend, if you want a little bit of shimmer, put it on the inner eye, and boom, that gives you kind of that nice sparkly bright look that you're looking for. Otherwise, I tend to use more matte colors. And Viseart also has a nice matte palette, which is a great alternative. And for me, it's all about the pigment and making sure that that color is showing up and that it's creamy and not too dry. So this is a great palette that I recommend. So anyways, that's awesome. I hope that you guys enjoyed this segment. I hope that you got some tips and tricks that you can use at home or that you can use on your clients. I enjoyed having this time with you. Tune in next week where I'll be talking about false eyelash application. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's talk makeup.